that your
Hi, Andrew.
background? I can't tell. Alejandro's looks like it's fake.
What's fake?
Your background.
No, it's real.
What? Is that your
Hi, Andrew.
Webcam is so advanced.
You think this dog is fake? What's fake?
Your background.
No, it's real.
What? Is that your
Hi, Andrew.
Webcam is so advanced.
You think this dog is fake?
Okay.
What's fake? I heard everything doubling up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I fixed that issue. Okay. We're
Okay,
back.
great.
But you know what we need? Oh, man, I wish Andrew would have just stayed there so we could have a fourth box. The scaling is so much nicer on the 4 screen, right? Don't you guys feel? I feel like I can't move very much because if I
I feel like
move,
I'm in a comic book panel. I had to make sure. I was out of frame. I was like, I don't know if I'm out of frame, but I guess I was.
Yeah, who knows?
can you like set up? Can you jump in there so we can have a fourth box and like maybe just like focus it on a print or something? Yeah, we're gonna see if Rachel can do, because this is so I feel so squished, like something's going wrong on the internet. Alejandro, it's good to meet you, my friend.
Yes. Sorry, I was drawing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was drawing for a YouTube thumbnail.
That's your YouTube? That's the thumbnail?
Let's get
Yeah. It's for Fall Guys, but I was like, well, I wish there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skin. So.
I really want the Slurpee skin, man. Like I'm this close to spending $5 just so I can be Slurpee.
Do it.
And Fall Guys.
Dude, I spent it more. Hey, that's so much better.
Right? We have so much more room now. We can like stay
For activities.
I can
But yeah,
show.
does this dog? Hold on.
Ryuji? Is it Ryuji?
Does that dog look fake?
I miss
you?
Ryuji already.
This is a terrible angle.
I think the fan gave it away. That like you have a fancy now. Is that fan? Is that? Oh no!
It's all right. Just give it a second.
Okay.
There you go.
You need to-
Is that a fan?
Yes.
How is the Dyson? I've been considering.
That's not so. That's the bootleg Dyson.
Is it
That
good?
is not
I've been
Dyson.
considering Dyson. I've been considering.
It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid.
Solid?
Yeah. No, my sibling when he saw that fan, my brother, he was like, "This motherfucker really spent."
Well, you
Wait,
have.
can I curse? Are we live?
Oh, we're live. We're hella live.
Oh, great. Sorry. Hi. I'm just gonna drink my coffee. Hi.
Yeah, if we don't go live within a certain period of time, Facebook will delete the stream. It's just like part of their rules of if
Sure.
it's like it's their way to threaten you. And
Oh, good.
it's like, well, because what they don't want is the customer service of this stream was at this time and people contacting Facebook and saying, "Where's the stream?" And so they're like, "Hey, we'll delete you if you don't go live." And so
Fantastic.
okay, so do you think that the fake Dyson works as good as the real Dyson would work if that was the real one?
No, absolutely not. I feel like the Dyson would be extremely better. And I'm going to tell you why. I have a Dyson vacuum cleaner, and that Dyson vacuum cleaner is 10 times better than any other vacuum cleaner I've had.
Cleaners.
Do you even have to, like, can you just stand in the room with the vacuum cleaner and, like, vacuum your room, like, from the center? Or do you have to, like...
Well, I have the wireless Dyson vacuum cleaner. So I can literally
Wireless?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's crazy.
It's pretty mobile.
That's
That's
awesome.
it. All right. Guys, I am extremely excited to have you on Color World Live. Alejandro, it just occurred to me the other day that you are one of my favorite characters in My First Girlfriend is a Gal.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, am I Hero Academia? That's a total lie, and you know it. That's a total lie, and you know it.
That's the best. I love that you were prepared for that. I love that you're just...
Oh, yeah, yeah. If anyone ever tells me Tsukauchi's their favorite, I'm like,
You must have.
I like Tsukauchi. But unless you're reading Vigilantes, there's no reason he should be your favorite. The man has literally given a speech, debriefed Midoriya, led the charge of heroes and failed that charge of heroes, and then get his leg busted by Gigantomachia.
Are you saying he's not a character that people should have as their favorite?
I feel like
unless they've read Vigilantes.
Okay.
somebody out there is going to be like, you know what? Underdog City. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Underdog. This man, with the strength of this man, does he have a quirk? I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? He's out there tussling it up with supervillains every day. You know,
Every day, baby.
I think that's a little more respect worthy than Deku, right? Who just was quirkless, but got the powers of the number one hero.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, what a dick face. I mean, Deku didn't even.
Oh, so we can curse?
I think would dick face not make it through the TV filters? At this point, I guess I'm restricted to whatever. No, it wouldn't. They would bleep that.
They would quick.
But I can say bitch on TV. That's not bleeping.
What channel?
Well, depends on the channel. That's the thing.
Oh, does it really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like you think they're gonna have on the Cartoon Network block just like I don't know, like Dexter from Dexter's Lab going, Dee Dee, you like they're not gonna.
Oh man, so good. Oh man,
Absolutely not.
So, is there anything in the mythos of like? Is there a conversation going on about whether or not Tsukauchi has powers? Is that a thing? Zeno, you mentioned like.
So so for a while, I had been told that Tsukauchi didn't have a quirk, and then someone brought to me the Funimation character book from like the I believe season 2 box set, and it says Tsukauchi has the power, the quirk of lie detector, and but I don't know what happened, and I can't stress this enough. I recently signed a new one. I signed one earlier this year before quarantine, and it wasn't there anymore. So I'm like, huh? So as of right now, Tsukauchi doesn't necessarily have a quirk, but we can only assume it's human lie detector. For in Vigilantes, he has a sister, and his sister has that quirk. So and sometimes quirks tend to run in the family depending.
Yes.
So that is what people's assumptions are. Apart from that, there's like a bunch of different theories. And if he had human lie detector, it would make sense why he's a detective.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Like if he's interrogating someone, it's like, we know the truth.
You're wrong.
Yeah. Especially like things that happen in the My Hero Academia manga. Like I don't want to dive too much into it, but they were interrogating someone, and I don't necessarily know if he got the truth out of this perp,
Right.
but that kind of like confirms that he doesn't have it. And to the person that said, I know my stuff, yes, here's the thing. My character in My Hero Academia might not be grandiose like Hawks, Endeavor, Todoroki. However, I make up for it in my nerdom.
Hawks doesn't have a speech, man. Actually, wait, no, never mind. That's a lie. His first.
Okay.
He starts with a monologue. What are you on about?
It was like he starts off with big.
Zeno, I love it. I've got the Fire Force event that's coming up on the 19th, and so I'm getting caught up on season 2, and all of a sudden I was like, because I have to do like. We're doing schedules, and I'm trying to schedule all of you guys in your hangouts last night. Some of your fans are very freaking excited. They're probably all excited, but some of them were very excited to meet you and get that schedule label down. So I was trying to nail that down, and I had Fire Force going on in the background. All of a sudden, I was like, okay, that's Zeno. There's 100% that if I click on that screen to see what I'm hearing, that I'm going to see Zeno. I know this is MHA, but how exciting is it to see a person of color show up in an anime? I feel like it's a pretty special moment.
Yeah.
Right? Like the way the characters are drawn, they're already not drawn Japanese, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for the first time, I mean, there's a couple random ones, right? That are people that are not white that have made it into animes, but I can't think of. Can you think of anyone off the top of your head?
That's like not white. That's
yeah.
What do you mean as far as like characters? Like characters?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, because as a person of color, you often find yourself spotting other people of color in everything you watch. But it's very rare. I think it's more rare to find a character of color that actually presents significance or like beyond being the character of color, right?
Right.
Like, you know,
the stereotypical.
Right. Like every character of color I've played like previous to Ogun was like has had like minimal line. I remember like the most one like I was very like sad when I'm not sad, but like I played like Punma in Cyborg 009, and it's about like all these.
Oh yeah.
You know, and like he had like, you know, everybody had their episode where they got to do their thing, but like outside of Punma's episode, like most of his like dialogue was like grunting and being like Roger and like being one of the team. So it didn't really feel like he did a lot, you know. And that's usually how it feels with like characters of color in anime. Like they're there, but they just don't do much. So
yeah, like they're just kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
So
well, it's exciting for me. Like and I'm almost. I like to say do the right thing for any reason. So like, you know, we could complain about like what it took to get here, and it obviously should have happened sooner rather than now. But it is exciting to feel like things are improving. Things are getting that.
Okubo is always good at putting black people in stuff. I mean, if you like Solia, right? Solia was the first time Solia was like a black character in anime that like did stuff, and I was like, oh my god, like
yeah.
And he specifically created in Soul Leader because he was like, there's not enough like people of color in anime, so he wanted to be like a pioneer for that. So that, you know, it's Keelik, it's Mira Nigus, that's Sid, you know, it's like so many people already in one project. So it's like not really surprising that in his next big project he just is inclusive. But
that's true. It's the guy. Yeah, I had totally forgotten until you pointed that. Yeah, the person who did Soul is the guy that's writing
doing Fire Force. Yeah.
Fire Force. Yep. Oh man. Okay, Zeno,
That's right.
When I pulled your I don't think curriculum vitae, maybe that is when I went back and checked out you in history. How old were you when you did Young Justice and Ben 10?
Young Justice was not too long ago. I was that was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2017.
About the time we met. Funny enough.
And so Ben 10 14. So Ben 10 was going on 12, 13 years now ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my first time meeting Yuri Lowenthal. Yeah.
That's cool. So what happened in between, I guess? What happened with Ben 10? Tell me about the missing Zeno chronicles between Ben 10 and Young Justice.
So Ben 10 happened, and then I would have to re-audition every year because they didn't know if my voice had changed because I was.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I had to re-audition for Alan until Omniverse, and then I didn't work. I was auditioning a lot. I did a dub for a movie called City of God, and then I didn't work at all, and I was just like auditioning a lot. And then Omniverse happened, and then Alan came back, but I was never asked to re-audition. They had just decided to go with Bumper Robinson, who was already in the show. So he was playing Alan now. And it's crazy. The way I found out is like I had got a Facebook message from an animation from a friend of mine who was really into animation. He's like, "Oh, you did great in the Ben 10 episode tonight." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I haven't been at Cartoon Network in like 3 years. What do you mean? And But that was kind of it. Like in between Ben 10 and Young Justice, I was auditioning and failing and auditioning and
Feel that.
you know, doing school and taking classes and wondering why I'm not working. You know, like what do I have to do? But that was, you know, I actually, Alejandro, because I know we were talking about like classes. My audition for Young Justice, I worked on at Charlie Adler's class. I like workshopped that there before getting the role. So,
damn.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I really hope. I do feel like Zeno, when we're privileged behind the scenes here when we moderate. We get to hear a lot of the conversations and things that go on, and it's there's a lot of really neat moments that your fans share with you, and we appreciate. We've become big Zeno Robinson fans.
Oh, thanks.
Well, look, somebody who gets a lucky break, and every break is basically a lucky break. I don't know if people know that want to do something in life, but we always joke over here that it takes 3 to 5 years to become an overnight success.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
7.
Right? Yeah, there's so many no's in between, like when you finally do what you want to do and all the years leading up to it. Alejandro, tell me about your journey to get in front of a microphone. What has that been like for you?
Damn. My way is so different. It's so weird. Like really? I've heard it's so funny because I remember I got asked a similar question at this different con, and everybody on the panel, like it was like Austin Tyndall, Monica Rial, and I think it was also Alexis Tipton, and we're all there on the panel, and they're asking us, it's like, oh yeah, like how did you? They're all like, oh, I majored in theater, I did Shakespeare, I did this, and I go, I dropped out of college. Because for me, for the longest time, even since middle school, I thought I was going to be in animation, as in like I would be an animator. Right. And even then, I went to Savannah College of Art and Design for like a year and a half. Yeah.
What year was that? That
was 2014 to 15. Okay. And I dropped out in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, I was, oh God, yeah. And it's not that it was a bad school or anything, because they taught me, like, it was, like, taught by, like, at least the animation department was, like, Disney animators. Like, they had, like people that worked on, like, specifically the character animation for Mushu, animation effects in, like, Pocahontas and Mulan and, like, all these different things. And it was really fascinating, but throughout that entire year, I was like, I don't know if I want to, like, because I thought it's like, oh, I'll be an animator and a voice actor. But as the year progressed with animation, I was like, I think this is the hobby. Because it's like, I like it, but I don't love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think what solidified it was my friend had asked if I wanted to go to a con in Texas.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll take like a week off or something. And this friend was Dawn M. Bennett. I love her. She's great. We've been friends since. It's just so funny. She let me stay at her house. And I remember as I was landing to Texas, I got an email. And it's from Gen Fukunaga, the CEO of Funimation. Oh. And he's like, hey, Alejandro, I hear you're in town. You want a tour? And I was like, how do you have my email? Turns out it was a buddy of mine who knew Gen, and he's like, hey, I know you're really interested in VO. Maybe this will like entice you. This is also the same friend that convinced me to drop out of college. So he knew he was planting the seeds throughout that entire year.
Nice.
And it was a really cool tour. I got to see the behind the scenes, and I remember I watched, oh man, it's so funny. I got to watch Major Attaway, who doesn't even do anime anymore. This man is now the genie on Broadway.
Oh, cool.
He was dubbing, I think it was an episode of Ninja Slayer. And I remember watching that and I thought, man, this is so cool. And that kind of like helped solidify that it's like, this is what I want to do. So I dropped out of college. My parents were not happy. I moved to Texas in September of 2015. And I got my first audition in November at Funimation. And it was for Fairy Tail. 2015,
huh?
Yeah, it was 2015. Yeah, that was the first time. And oh, really? Did I not? And yeah, the first audition was Fairy Tail, and I got that.
You didn't tell me.
Oh, you got your first audition?
Oh, yeah. But the thing was, they wanted to do a joke because at the time I was more known for my YouTube stuff. At least that's what I had heard, that it was like a joke. It's like, oh, we're gonna have like the TFS guys be this guild, and we'll have you in there because you're all Dragon Ball. Yeah, like you're all Dragon Ball YouTubers specifically. And I thought it was a really funny joke, but it was a great experience. I remember I was so excited. It was only a 3-hour session, and it has never happened since. But I was so happy, the adrenaline was up. When I got home, I was like, I went through that door, and I was like, oh, I don't feel so good. And I had a fever for the next 3 days. Because the adrenaline and the nervousness and the anxiety, it was so crazy. It's never happened since, but that's pretty much how I got into it. But it was something, and it wasn't like, it's like, I don't want to do animation anymore. I want to do VO. No, like I had been like, I was interested in VO in 2011. And then I started taking acting classes like in high school before I graduated. And even in college, while I was in SCAD, I took a movement and performance class. Yeah. It was really creepy because the professor was like, he's like, I can see ghosts, and we're like, what? All right. The creepiest part was this man is like, yeah, you just have to accept it. And it's like, ha, sure. And he's like, I see one in this room right now, and we're like, yeah, right. He points to the girl right across from him, and it's like, there's an elderly woman behind you dressed in this, wearing these sandals. The girl starts bawling and she goes, that's my grandma. And we're like, what? This is, by the way, SCAD is specifically Savannah, Georgia.
Yes.
Savannah, Georgia is known as one of the most haunted locations in the United States. So when he said that, I was like, I will never doubt this man ever again. That's my journey.
Wow.
That's incredible. You are someone whose name is Alejandro. 25 conversations I've had with people over the last couple of years, and
I hope they're
all amazing.
I would say, Brad, don't bring Alejandro to come.
Whatever you do not get that douchebag on this program. Nobody like that. Yeah.
I knew it would happen.
Well, it's funny. It's so surreal to me because you clearly, your natural speaking voice is Junichi. And
yeah, absolutely.
So talking, I'm like flashback. It's like, this is amazing.
Man, that show, man. So my first girlfriend is a gal is one of those shows that I remember when I got my buddy Zach hit me up and he was like, I just want to be in a harem one day, bro. And I remember recording it. We got away with a lot with that show.
Really?
And I think that was like the mark where Funny is like, yeah, we can't do this anymore. Because we changed. I know that apart from script being changed, there were sound effects added, which normally when it comes to anime, you can't add. But there's a specific episode where we quote the Looney Tunes, and it's like, that's all, folks. Like at the end of the episode, because it like does like this little blackout thing, like circle face. But they added the like that Looney Tunes, like the shrink sound effect, and I'm like, can we do that?
Well, it is one of my. So Jamie's a good friend of mine. We've known each other for years, and so I pretty much if I have a friend in anime, I'll watch just out of support. I don't know how there really isn't a royalty system in my heart. Like the more I watch what you're in, the more you get paid. I know that's not how it works, but it's to me, it's one of my favorite animes because of how real.
Yeah.
He's so convinced that this is a joke.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't realize until he breaks her heart in half that like she's actually into him. That was that. Tell me, I know it's supposed to be funny, but were there times when you were recording that it really just like hit you?
It's so difficult because like that show is such a comedy, and I remember like the one moment that like it really hit. It was probably in the last episode where they're having that like, that one-on-one, and Jamie's character, she just goes, "My first girlfriend is a gal's a legendary." Yeah, it is. We had a lot of fun with it. And I remember it's like, "So why are we doing this?" And she's like, "I'd tell you, but I'd have to kill you." And it's like, I'm trying to have this serious moment, but I'm just like, okay. And even then, when they have like the kiss at the end, I was like, "Oh, that's really sweet." And I remember our Dave Troska, the director, he goes, "Add a yell." I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "Add the yell," because it wasn't in the Japanese.
Really?
That like iconic yell, that is not at the end of the show. It's just Junichi staring as she walks away. And then like I was like, "Oh wow!" So he really like his mind is blown. So and he was just like, "Add the yell, just add the yell," and I was like, "All right." But there was it was a lot of fun because it's like the few times I got to play a lead, and we had a lot of liberties. It actually helped a lot with my comedy, and even then I've been told it's like you need to work on your comedic timing. It's really funny.
Well, it's incredible. It's not till. Have either of you guys watched ReZero?
I love ReZero.
I watched bits of it.
Yeah, ReZero. Please, I could talk for hours.
Okay, so please tell me that you did not want to just murder Subaru.
No, I didn't.
What?
No. First of all, he come back. Second of all, Subaru is the reason why I will defend Subaru to the end of the earth because he is a human being. He is one of the most complex protagonists in anime history, in my personal opinion. And that's why you dislike him, because he's human. Because he's human and he does things selfishly sometimes because due to the circumstances put upon him that he can't necessarily handle.
It was so hard to watch, Zeno.
No, how?
When he blew it, and he gets kicked out of the hall, and she's like, "Yo, bitch, you ain't my knight. Get out." Mm-hmm. I was like, "Oh, dude."
But that was his struggle. He was like, "You don't understand because I literally can't tell you all of the stuff that I've been doing for you, like for the past." I don't know how long, because if I die, I come back on the same day.
And have to explain it again.
And I can't tell you because something happened whenever I try to tell you. Yeah. And so, he's trying, he's doing his best under circumstances that he doesn't understand. Oh. He can't do anything, he's outpowered everywhere he goes. It's great. I freaking love that show. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch because he was human. It was hard to watch because it was like, dog, you are not making the right decisions right now.
Yes.
There are a lot of characters I feel like that was shows I've watched. Yeah.
Who Alejandro? So like Junichi was that moment for me when talking to Yukana, and I was like, I never felt that like I think I had to turn off ReZero. I was getting ready for the ReZero cast event on ColorworldLIVE, and I was just watching episode after.
Oh, Rybar, my fave. Ryan and I started this game at the same time. We had the same acting teacher.
She's great.
She's amazing.
But I had to pause it. Like I couldn't when he got kicked out. I'm like, I can't watch this guy anymore. I need a break. This guy's an F-face. Like
what? What did he do?
When he got kicked out, like sometimes you just gotta shut up. Like.
That would be too perfect.
I was waiting for you to say, and then you just took a sip.
I'm like, but that's what makes it a flawed character. You know what I mean? They just keep talking and talking. And they just continue to dig their own hole because they're trying to justify it. Mm-hmm. It's just how humans are. I mean, there are plenty of people like that in the world.
Yeah, I think it brings such a three-dimensionality. If Subaru had made all the right decisions, it would.
Yeah, then it would be every other isekai.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be every other isekai. And trust me, I helped direct this show called In Another World with my smartphone. It is literally, it's like I can make all the right choices and all the wrong choices, but it seems like I'm doing the right thing.
Is that good or bad? So, like, do you get to see? Does anything go wrong from those wrong choices?
For this dude, no.
Oh,
this dude literally is like God. So the premise of the show is God accidentally kills him, and he's like, "Well, I can't bring you back to your world. Would you like to? I can transport you to this other world, and I guess you can keep something." And he's like, "I want my phone." Like, out of all the things, it's just my phone. But God has literally made his smartphone like God hack, like God mode. Like, he could literally be like, oh, I can literally give myself armor and powers and magic and all this stuff.
Right.
He's overpowered in this world, and he doesn't use the smartphone half the time, so it defeats the purpose in another world with my smartphone. But the one time he does use it, he's like, let's see where the enemy is. Pulls up the GPS. Okay. Lock on each one. Lightning. Lightning just kills all of them. And I was like, oh, all right. Also, he introduced guns into the world that didn't have guns, and everything's fine.
Across the stream.
Yeah, there's no consequence for any of his actions.
Right.
And it stays that way the whole time.
Yep, the whole time.
I want to like rewrite this, but like it just seems like there's so much you could do with that.
Yeah. That's the if Subaru did all the right decisions, that's the show you get.
Instead, Subaru has to suffer the consequences of his own decisions for several episodes.
Yeah,
literally several episodes. He
if you want the guy that makes all the wrong decisions and still gets away with it, or all the right decisions, there's that isekai for you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, Zeno. I needed that. I needed you to redeem him for me.
Look, he has a 5-minute monologue, like which is the greatest monologue in anime history. Like outside of probably something out of like Death Note or a Gundam or Attack on Titan. Freaking Michael Tatum's monologue as Erwin.
That's a good one.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I'll take All Might's monologue while he's fighting the Nomu about what needs to go beyond. I'll take that.
Yeah, Super has this monologue, and it's at the climax of he's suffering from all these wrong decisions, and he's just like, screw it, I don't want to do anything anymore. I just want to let's run away. Let's run away forever. I don't care. I'm leaving it all behind. And he like talks about how much he like dislikes himself, where he came from. It's so good. Oh my god. I will defend Subaru to the nth.
That was also hard to see. Like, I don't know. I think the first 3 or 4 episodes are so different because it's your traditional like die, hit the restart point. You know what I mean? That like
they gotta hook you.
Yeah.
And
gotta hook you.
Like just the Rem. Oh man, that relationship. When she like confesses her love, and he's like,
"No."
Shouldn't you like? Isn't that Plan B? What the is wrong with?
That's where everybody started hating Subaru. Where they were like,
okay, so you disliked him for a minute.
Well, I'm kind of I like Amelia. I'm sorry,
you're like you can do no wrong, Subaru.
Amelia was day one. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like. Look, once you cry in someone's lap and they're massaging your scalp, it's kind of over. It's over at that point.
Yeah,
you're gonna make me fall in love with you if you keep doing this. Ram was just like, late, you know.
All right, ladies, that's it. It's just a lap and a head rub, and it's over.
If you let me cry in your lap, that you're gonna.
Okay,
that's already like 7 great points in your favor out of 10.
I have never known
The social link increased.
Right, exactly.
Oh man, well, I appreciate you indulging me on that. It's what's hilarious. Have you ever looked at your behind the voice actor Alejandro?
Maybe. Why?
Well, because what's great about my first girlfriend as a gal is you're listed it as credit for Junichi, good Junichi, pervy Junichi, negative Junichi, hot Junichi,
Nice.
young Junichi.
However, I was not young Junichi.
Oh!
That's not true. I am not young Junichi. I can't take credit for that one.
You're like, we might as well just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been really funny, I think, if it would have then started giving you credit for like all the women in the show too.
Yeah.
That would just, I feel like
Alejandro Saab, directed by Alejandro Saab, animated.
Nah, I wouldn't have made it as funny. I wouldn't have made it as funny if it was all done by me.
I still think I want to make that shirt, right? The shirt that just like it just keeps going and just lists under every character in the anime. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay.
Oh man.
Well, I appreciate you guys. It's already been an amazing time. I haven't even really said welcome to the program, but we're 40 minutes into a hell of a good time.
Thanks for having us.
You know what's my favorite part, Alejandro? Zeno already knows this, but you haven't done Hangouts yet?
No.
They are so freaking awesome. What we didn't foresee coming is that there's so much pressure at a convention when that interaction happens, and you see the line behind, and you're like, oh, I got to get through this line, and then they can feel the line behind them. So yeah, all that's gone, and it's just two people like hanging out, getting to know each other. I'm so pumped that your hangout is coming up. So PSA before we get too far and we have to say goodbye. If you have not booked a hangout with Alejandro or Zeno, feel free to do that. Those links should be up until the event is all over today. And then anyone who has purchased those, make sure you're in the ColorworldLIVE VIP only group on Facebook. So you can go to the VIP panel. You've probably already noticed this is us really just hanging out and getting to know each other. I don't take any questions on these panels, but the VIP is all questions. I shut the heck up, give my voice a rest, and then it's all you guys. It's the first day I've done 4 panels, you guys. So
damn,
it's some Advil, some Tylenol. I'll just ignore this until tomorrow.
Get some tea.
For the club, yeah, get some tea.
I feel like I need some herbal lavender, chamomile. What's the one that puts you to sleep?
Chamomile, yeah.
I'll avoid that one. And maybe get some lavender, put some honey in there. Oh man. Zeno, you did there was something I saw a trailer for online, and I was like, this is so freaking hype. Zeno, have you seen this? And then your response was, I'm in it. What was that anime? Have you done anything with Noir Caesar?
I have. Okay, so that might have been what you're talking about. Yeah, so that was probably the trailer for Exogenesis, which is one of their titles.
Okay, is that out?
No, I don't know. I've talked to the guys from Noir. I know they're always very particular about like what they release and what they put out and the moves that they're making. So that the pilot is done. It premiered at Anime Expo like 2016, I think, or 17. Okay. I think it was 17 or 18 actually. So it's done. They just haven't released it for whatever circumstances. They might be keeping it internal to shop it around.
Okay.
Might be like revamping it. But it is. I know they're working on other things. Like I have friends who are working on things of theirs that they're doing.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm just here to say that if we need to kickstart this, I will spend a significant amount of time. It looks so good.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, if not now, then when?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Then when?
Alejandro, how did you get to be so famous on YouTube, man?
Being funny.
No, it's not that. Me being funny, hell no.
Being funny.
Because Funimation. No, that was definitely not it. Oh man, so I started YouTube. It's officially been a decade this year.
Really?
I've been doing YouTube since I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason the name is Kagi Films is because I started off with Machinima, which for those of you who don't know is using in-game footage films, like in-game engines to make films. Sorry. So like you could use like Gears, Halo, literally anything to make like a movie of any kind. It could be like a parody or whatever, blah. And I started off with that, and I was with a network called Machinima, which is now like absorbed by AT&T or Rooster Teeth. I can't remember which one exactly.
Once you said it, I was like, what happened to Machinima?
Yeah, they were absorbed. I think they were ended last year. Like they were shut down last year and they were absorbed. And that's why like the Transformer show and like all the like the Sonic for Hire and all that stuff is going to Rooster Teeth, because I think AT&T has it and their Rooster Teeth is owned by AT&T.
Okay.
And so they're like, you're similar in content. So here you go. And that's just my assumption. I don't know anything. But yeah, I was with Machinima, and then I remember, and I was making these films, and like they would get some traction, and I was like, all right, whatever. And then that's them. And 2019, yep. Yeah, I was right on the money, baby. Let's go.
Abruptly discontinued their YouTube channels with all their videos sent to private due to AT&T's acquisition of Otter Media, Rooster Teeth, Fullscreen, and more.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, well that explains that. All right, back to the rest of the story.
And I was with them, and I was making these films, and they would get me like some subscribers here and there. Like I'd make some dumb stuff. I mean, I was a teenager. And then one day my friend, it's so funny, I've gone through so many evolutions. Like my friend asked me if I wanted to do a commentary like through a video game. Yeah. And I was like, that's stupid. Like the people that made Machinima thought that commentaries were like lazy and didn't amount to anything. And I was like, maybe whatever, because I really liked my friend and I thought it was stupid. And we did this Minecraft thing where we were playing Minecraft, and we called it Parkouring in Minecraft because we took a custom map, and people really liked how loud and stupid I was. So then I remember I went from having 1,000 subs one day to literally within that same day getting to 10,000 subscribers, because you were able to like do your content, give it to Machinima, they would post it, and then it was a way for Machinima to promote your main account. And that's the way I started it. And I was like, I built up an audience like that. And then I found out through a friend of mine that Dragon Ball games were still being made. I thought they ended, like they stopped at Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I thought that was it. I thought they never continued Dragon Ball games. And then so I was like, there's like Raging Blast and like this. And I was like, And then that turned into a whole fan base, and that shot me up from like having 20,000 to like 100,000 and then some. And then I like combined a little bit of everything. And then I think it was about maybe 2-3 years ago where people were like, oh, you should do reactions. And the people that did like commentaries, they would hey, what's up, Shucker Frank? And the people that would do commentaries would always shun reaction channels. It's like, you're just watching, sitting there like, oh, that was a great video. Thanks for watching, guys. Like you just like are sitting there. But the way that I would do reaction channels that some people like and some people hate is that I would pause a video and give my thoughts and just make a dumb joke here and there. Yeah. Because, and honestly, like I've been doing that stuff my whole life where I'd be that annoying guy when you're watching a movie with. It's like I'd crack a joke in the middle of the movie. And then my brother would be like, can you shut the hell up? I'm trying to watch Star Wars.
But it doesn't make any sense. They're not saying anything.
Yeah, like it's one of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my channel has gone through evolutions, and it's just like, I guess, now I stream more than YouTube, and like whatever I stream, I put it up on YouTube. But honestly, like for me, if I ever make it to 1 million subscribers, I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm retiring. Goodbye. Like that's it. 1 million subs, I'm good. And because I'm more interested in like streaming and like doing covers, like song covers through a different channel. And I just like, because my mom always told me, it's like you always get bored of something and then like you move on to the next thing. Voice acting has not gotten me bored, thankfully. But yeah, like YouTube, it's like every now and then. I don't know. I go through influxes.
Okay. But it seems like it gives you a great platform to create.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Zeno, what are your outlets, man? When you're in between characters, when you're doing your auditions, what do you do to keep your juices going?
Suffer. You know, you suffer.
I did hear that right, dope.
I was like, maybe he'll say it again. Oh, he said suffer.
Yeah, you just drown in all. No, okay.
You just sink into your depression.
You know, why are you outside of your art? You're nothing. After every session, I sleep before the next one.
Yeah. All right, I'm back to work, guys. I didn't do nothing. Yeah.
Zeno is
embrace of depression.
Oh man.
My outlets, I turn to like I'm diving more into creating and writing, and I game a lot. I do a lot of studying. I watch a lot of cartoons.
Yeah, same. I've been doing a lot of that.
Do you do any adapting, Zeno?
Like anime adaptation?
Or take one thing and adapt it into another?
No.
No.
I would much prefer like making something new than adapting. But reckless tweet I do in between.
Reckless tweeting.
But
I was glad to see that was peacefully resolved last evening.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Same.
That was an ideal ending to the beginning of what.
Definitely.
Okay. Are you guys in the camp of I hope Endeavor never gets redeemed, or are you like where do you sit in that?
I have thoughts.
Yeah. I can tell.
I want him to get redeemed.
Okay.
But I know the moment they do, they're gonna kill him off.
Oh hell.
Yeah. Especially the way the manga's going, I definitely think that's what's happening.
Okay. Just don't say too much about the manga.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
So for you, because I was a little blown away in season 4 when they showed us scenes of the Todoroki family, and you're like, so you're saying this dickhead hasn't been all bad from the beginning? You're saying that there are things that we missed that we didn't know about that were happening behind the scenes, and Endeavor was willing to be the guy to fall on his sword. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Right? To me that was incredible. To like, ever since he like firewalked that building and takes the leap off and throws the fireball through the Nomu's head, I'm like, I really want to be able to like this guy.
Yeah.
I really do. And then, what do you think, Zeno? And your character was...
I kind of hope... I want it to be up to the audience. I think the best thing, the most responsible thing you can do is present a perspective and be like, do you think this is redemption worthy? Like, I feel like half the Todoroki family should be like, all right, like maybe we could try. And like half of them should be like, nah, bro, like I'm not forgiving you for any, like, because he's not guaranteed that, And I don't think you should set a precedent where, if you've been abusive just because you apologize, like, it doesn't mean that like whoever you were abusive towards gets to forgive you for that. But I do think,
I said redeem. I never said forgive. That's all. I just want to vastly different.
I do agree. I think I would like to see the steps he would take, right? I would like to see like that conversation be opened up. Is there something that can be done, if anything, right? Like see that to its height and leave that to whoever, I feel like Todoroki, probably would be the one who'd be like, I'm willing to give my dad another shot, right? That would be like a great symbolic, like.
Yeah.
But I feel like Natsu should be like, nah, screw you, dad. Like, yeah, no. Yeah.
So, Zeno, are you a Michael Vick guy?
A who?
Michael Vick?
Oh, like a football player?
Yeah.
I'm not a sports guy, so I don't really.
Okay. So to me, wow, Alejandro definitely has. And so to me, Latrell Sprewell and Michael Vick are real life examples of people that really, really hit the red button on their life. Just took their life and they're like, oh, I can mess this all up if I just hit this button.
Right.
So Michael Vick was in prison. And then Latrell Sprewell never went to prison, but he got kicked when he choked his coach. He got kicked out of the NBA. And to see, I've always, Alejandro, you talked about an underdog story before. I'm one of those guys that I want to believe that change is possible. I want to believe that that the person you came to Earth as isn't the person you have to die as. That there's something that happens in between if you'll just be more vulnerable, not be such a douchebag, be introspective, be willing to admit when you're wrong. And to see Michael Vick go all the way to prison and then Andy Reid give him a chance when he really didn't have to take that chance to let Michael Vick into the NFL ever again, but does.
Right.
And then he uses that platform not to go back to his old ways, but to say, like, I'm a different person. I don't know. To me, I see Endeavor, like, I think you're right, Alejandro. There's really no reason to go back and excuse or forgive.
Right.
But there's also no reason to say, like, your value as a human is lost forever.
Right. There's no reason to be like, there's no reason to also have the conversation of this person is irredeemable. Right? Like, this person is beyond hope, you know. But.
Yeah, I think for me, as a species or as a people, when we want to file people away into like that person's done or that makes me really uncomfortable to say we've now assessed the body of work and we're going to write them off. Thoughts on like those last 2 episodes of
My Hero.
Yeah. Season 4. I mean, I don't know. What did you think? Did you get a chance to watch the whole thing put together, Zeno?
No, I'm kidding. I watched it.
Alejandro, did you get it?
I totally watched it.
I'll tell you what. Somebody needs to put you in a role where you just have to be super serious. Because I fell for that both times.
Please. I mean, people thought Cyborg was too serious.
Ooh.
Yeah, they thought my take on Cyborg wasn't goofy enough. Or some people, not everybody. But I watched them. I watched them together. But I think it also goes to the point of like, it's like, do you praise, a person for doing what they're supposed to be doing? Like, you're a hero. Like, like.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Your life on the line. You're like, you're the number one. Am I supposed to forgive you now that you did this big thing for the city? Like, if you didn't, I hate you more.
Right. Like, it's just because you did this one thing.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat was like, forgive but never forget.
Never forget.
Yeah.
I do think it's karmic balance that now his eye is scarred too.
Yeah.
It's karmic balance. Like now you get to know what it feels like.
Yeah. Now they share something.
Yeah.
I think it's important for us as a species to get to the point where we stop trying to judge the beginning from the end. I'm interested. I think it's one of the most incredible. I didn't know what to think. I had heard so much about, like, we got asked for Hawk's artwork, Zeno, for like, dude, long before you ever hit the anime, right? Sure. People were reading the manga and they're like, I have to have this. What has that been part of, like, that journey from seeing so much of My Hero universe get built and then you come in, like, what has that been part like for you as an actor to come onto this stage so big, so quick?
It's kind of like it felt a lot like like going through the fire, like in the Killing Iron. You know, it's like a test of. It's like, oh man, like there's been so much established love already, like in the series. People, you know, so much great work has already been done, and it's like, you know, how do you leave your mark in comparison? Like, how do you be distinctive? How do you be as memorable as everyone has been for the past 3 seasons, in a character like that? So I think like watching it grow out and then being presented with a new character who, you know, is going to play a key role later on in the story is like, how do I serve? Like, how do I serve this character properly, and how do I make sure that serves everything already established as a whole previous to me, you know? And how do I do that truthfully and organically, you know, in a way that not only artistically fulfills myself, but you know, in tandem with, you know, the director and everybody else involved. So it's kind of like a wow, you know, like it's like I'm trying to describe the feeling. It's like it's kind of like, you know, when you see, like when Deku sees everybody all talented and then he finally gets his quirk and he's like, oh my god, like how am I gonna do this with everybody?
How am I gonna amount to everybody else?
You know, am I gonna be as good? Are they gonna like, is it gonna be this? Is it gonna be that? So,
well, I feel like in a lot of ways it feels like the beginning. Do you guys feel? I feel like we've hit the reset button. Alejandro, what do you think? Have we? It feels like we're starting over. Like
for My Hero?
Yeah, like 1 through 4 is this, but like now Endeavor is like this. Endeavor just feels so different. And
it's gonna be crazy. I'm doing my best not to spoil.
You're reading a manga. Okay.
Yeah. In the manga itself right now, it's bonkers.
Wow.
But like where they're heading in the series, it is gonna change some things. Like, it's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, it is in a way. It is the beginning, but not what you're thinking.
Do I have to kick? I think. Oh, they need the laptop. I think.
The screen looks good.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why I didn't do this before. I should have thought of this. You know, when it was all vertical, we could have just done this. Okay, so you have people waiting for Alejandro. Okay.
And then we need to.
So we'll wrap this up because your fans are demanding your appearance elsewhere.
Demanding your presence.
Damn, I have fans.
You do.
I have it scheduled. So can you please, so we can hang out, me and you?
Oh yeah, man. Just say when. We'll watch the live action TMNT movies, not the Michael Bay ones.
Okay, you're gonna love. I watched Batman versus the Team.
Oh, you did?
I did. You're gonna love it, dude.
Great.
You really not like the live action?
Watch that? Is that what we said we would do?
I haven't watched the Michael Bay ones, so I watched the original live action movies.
Oh,
but I watched them in Spanish, so I need to watch them in English. I'm gonna watch everything TMNT. Relax, all right? Even the Michael Bay ones.
I loved what they did. I don't think I've watched the latest Turtles, but I really.
You haven't watched Rise?
Rise. I'm
Man, if we had another hour. If we had another hour.
So we will have Zeno. I'm always looking for an excuse to have you back on. So Zeno, we'll do another Fire Force event. I've just submitted paperwork for a license for Fire Force. Nice. So this is kind of like round 1 on Wednesday. We'll have you back on. And Alejandro, if you want to talk Turtles, man, let's put together a cool event.
I'm down to nerd out and defend Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and why it's the best one till the day I die.
I love it. You know what would be cool? Do you know Billy? What is
Kometz?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Good Charlotte. The dude's in Good Charlotte. He draws for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh my gosh.
Nah.
No idea.
Okay. You don't know who
I'm educating myself currently. I'm educating myself. I binged Rise. I'm in the middle of binging 2012. Once I finish this, I'm binging 2003, and then I'm binging 80s.
80s.
And then I'm reading comics.
Billy Martin. Billy
Yeah.
Martin. Do you know Billy Martin? Okay, so Billy Martin is in the band Good Charlotte, but also is an animator.
Sure.
And so
You gotta watch the animated movie too. Oh my god.
he draws.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll put together some cool. If you guys want to watch Turtles, if you want to do like a stream thing,
Like a Netflix party
and-
of turtles.
like a Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Also, I had to buy this physically just to play it.
How is it?
I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We're getting too excited right at the end. Okay. Everybody is waiting for you guys, and they need
All right.
moderator. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the Hangouts. Anybody that hasn't booked your Hangout yet, there's still time until those pages end for the day to hang out with Zeno and Alejandro, which obviously you should because they're a bunch of badass dudes. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you in the Hangouts.
Thank you. Love you. And
Thank you.